Today's news, female teacher facing statutory rape charges for having sex with an elementary school student.
Quite an unusual and disturbing case came out of Korea recently where an elementary school teacher is having sex with her 12-year-old student. They had sex up to 9 times, I read in the article. The story speaks for itself, and I was just on the internet looking for a picture of this woman. Like, I just want to see what she looks like.
Okay.
Well, no, because I'm curious about what the boy was seeing in her. We don't know what sort of conversation went down, but we can at least get an idea of how this might have happened if we can at least see what they look like.
I want you to continue, that's all.
Well, she's 500 pounds and she was feeding him money. And if she's really, really hot and he's a 12-year-old boy, then he might be more easily lured by her. I'm just saying. Article is linked down below. This is a married woman with 2 children, 32 years old.
Yes, and if he was actually 1 year older, it wouldn't technically be necessarily rape because the Korean age of consent is 13 years old, Western age, so he barely is underneath that age. So yeah, if he was 1 year older, she may not be facing prison time, or at least not, she could potentially have life in prison. There is another thing, because technically he might not actually be a minor, and this might be under the Act of the Protection of Children and Juveniles from Sexual Abuse, which covers kids from 13 the whole way up to 19, because A, she was older than him, and therefore she had a position of power over him. Therefore, they could say it was by force. The other thing is because the actual rape age doesn't cover boys, according to Korean law, but this new Act of the Protection of the Children and Juveniles from Sexual Abuse, which was only written and made law in 2010, could actually cover him, in which case she does get convicted, which she probably likely will. She's going to get penal labor for at least 5 years.
Well, that second half of what you said there with them passing the law more recently is very good news to hear, because boys and girls all the way across the board should be covered. The other thing that crossed my mind, details are limited in this. What I was saying, searching for the image, I was also trying to find as much information as possible. He's 12 years old, but if his birthday is after August, if his birthday is in September, and 12 is his Korean age, he's actually 10. We don't know if it's Korean age or if it's regular age that they're going by, but if we assume that it's Korean age, which it probably is, or very well could be, he could be 10 if his birthday's after September.
No, it's true.
Because he's 2 years older than his actual birthday.
The whole thing is really effed up in many ways, and I hope that this young man gets a lot of counseling, because he is going to need it. Clearly, this is, I have nothing more to say.
This story was circling around the web recently. Comments down below your reaction to this.
I have nothing more to say. I'm just very, very angry and livid.
Click the like button, you guys. Thank you so much for supporting us here at HallyuBack. Click the bell for notifications. Check out the link to KGal, and don't forget to subscribe for more HallyuBack news. That's it. We're out of here. Hasta luego.
Bye.